Hi, my name is Nathan Jiron, and my topic is vaping, specifically teenage vaping. And so, most people think vaping is a safer alternative to smoking, but over time it's turned into something a lot bigger, especially for younger people. When e cigarettes first came out, they were mainly meant for adults trying to quit smoking, but now vaping has become really common among teenagers, and that shift is what makes it a serious issue today. It's not just a personal choice anymore, it affects public health and future generations. One of the biggest problems is how fast vaping is spread among teens. A big reason for how accessible it is, it's easy to get. It's because it's marketed in ways that makes it look appealing. Flavored products like fruit and candy make it more attractive, and social media plays a big role in normalizing it. If you think about it, a lot of teens aren't seeing vaping as something dangerous. They're seeing something as normal and cool, or something to fit in. That mindset is a part of the problem because it lowers perceived risk. Another thing to consider is peer influence. A lot of younger users are introduced to vaping through friends or social situations. Once it becomes part of a group setting, it is a lot harder for someone to say no, especially if they don't fully understand the consequences. So it's not just companies or policies, it's also social environments that keep the problem going. This matters because nicotine actually affects brain development, especially in teenagers. When someone starts using at a younger age, it can lead to a stronger addiction compared to someone who starts later in life. On top of that, there are a lot of unknowns and about the long-term effects of vaping. We already know it can damage the lung and expose people to harmful chemicals, but since it's relatively new, we don't fully understand all the risks yet. That uncertainty alone should be the reason to be more cautious. When you look at it in the bigger picture, this issue is more complicated because different groups see it in different ways. Vape companies often promote their products as a safer alternative to smoking, which can be true for adults who are trying to quit cigarettes, but at the same time, their products and marketing clearly appeal to younger users. On the other side, public health organizations are focused on the risks, especially when it comes to addiction in the youth use. Then you have government in the middle trying to balance both sides, which makes it hard to take strong action quickly. The real issue is that the system right now makes vaping too easy for teens. It's not just one factor, it's a combination of access, marketing, and lack of awareness. So instead of just blaming one group, it makes more sense to focus on fixing the parts of the system that are causing the problem. My solution is not to ban vaping completely, but to make targeted changes that actually reduce youth use. First, flavored products are clearly designed to attract younger people, should be restricted. These flavors play a huge role in why teens are vaping in the first place. Second, age verification needs to be stronger, especially online where it's easier to get around the rules. And third, advertising should be limited so it doesn't appeal to teenagers, especially through social media platforms. This approach works because it's balanced and it allows adults to use vaping as an alternative to quit smoking, but it puts protection in place for younger users instead of going to extremes. It focuses on reducing harm where it's most needed. Some people may argue that stricter regulations limit personal freedom or make it harder for adults to access vaping products. Others might say that it's up to individuals to make their own choices. While those arguments are valid, they don't fully address what's actually happening. When a product becomes this common among teenagers, it shows that the current system isn't working the way it should. At that point, some level of regulation becomes necessary to protect the people who are most vulnerable. At the end of the day, this is something that policymakers need to take seriously. The longer we wait, the more normal youth vaping becomes, and the harder it will be to reverse. Taking action now can prevent bigger problems in the future. Even small changes in regulation can make a big difference over time. Vaping might seem just like another trend, but it's turning into a much bigger issue. The good news is it's not too late to do something about it. When the right changes, we can reduce the risk, protect younger people, and create a better balance moving forward.